The 2019-2020 Premier League season was a pretty interesting one. Liverpool wins. However, due to COVID restrictions, they didn't play a full set. It was a weird time, but Liverpool still reigned supreme and almost had an unbeaten run. So we're going to take a look at a bit of a tweak to that tactic in just a minute. Yes, this one is called the 2019-2020 Klopp's Liverpool tactic. Now, the tactic maker itself on the page I got this from clearly says he's made a few tweaks and he'll continue to tweak it to make it better and better and better. But roughly, this is what he is envisioning of the 2019-2020 Liverpool team was and the tactic they employed. Now, in the test that they did, they got a 73% win rate, 55 played, 40 wins, 10 draws, and 5 losses. So clearly a well-done season there or so. But we're going to take a look at the tactic more in depth at, later on in the video. But what we're going to look out for in the screenshots that he provided, McAllister got 20 goals, 19 for Cody Gakpo. So there is definitely some interesting stops there. Second place is what they got, Europa League winners. So we'll see how they did with our three teams. Well, Liverpool being one of them, Aston Villa and Ipswich Town being the other two. But with all that said, let's just jump into the Premier League and see how they did. Well, in our test with Liverpool, they got 86 points. In their test, they got 87. So it's pretty spot on right now. 81 goals, second place, not too bad. I mean, it's kind of where you expect them to be anyway, even without employing the tactic. Aston Villa, though, in 8th, they got Conference League, 59 points, 55 goals. We have definitely seen better from them, though. Domestic Cups, though, Liverpool losing out in the FA Cup 4th round to Nottingham Forest. Carabao Cup final, though, you get to the final, you lose to Arsenal 3-1. You do beat Aston Villa, though, in the semis. But you get a trophy over AC Milan, the Europa League final, just like they won, although they, funny enough, won over Inter. But 2-1 in extra time, you get that trophy. So overall, second place in the Premier League is not bad, no question about it. 86 points, you're only 3 off from Arsenal in top spot. You might be able to get those 3 points if you do a little bit better. Play this yourself, play every match, do your transfers, do things like that. You could do really well. Winners of the Europa League is a fantastic mark. 4th round of the FA Cup, not so much, but runners-up of the Carabao Cup, that's not bad. Liverpool squad, you can see 21 goals for Salah and 21 for Gakpo, so he actually does a bit better of a job than the tester did with Gakpo. But assists, 17 for Salah, Robertson and Szoboszlai with 15 apiece, not bad at all. 743 for Cayman Keller, but Cody Gakpo with a 718. Now, Aston Villa did okay, but FA Cup 3rd round is where you lose out immediately against Leeds 2-3. The Carabao Cup semifinals, again, you got a couple of games under there, but Liverpool just drop you out 0-2 in both rounds. They did get to the Europa Conference League final, but 1-2 against Fiorentina and you're out. Alex Moreno sent off in the 83rd. Luckily, that didn't hurt you, but still, didn't help you. So overall, 8th place, not great. We have definitely seen them higher up in the table. Runners-up the Europa Conference League is still pretty nice, no question about that. Semifinals of the Carabao Cup, also pretty nice. FA Cup 3rd round, pretty bad. Stats-wise for Aston Villa, 24 goals for Diaby. Not too bad there. 16 for Zaniolo. That's kind of a drop. You still have a couple in the double digits, though, which is nice. 13 assists is pretty low for Douglas Luiz. Alex Moreno with a 12. Average rating, Alex Moreno with a 719. Data hub for Liverpool, no question about it. Not too bad. We have definitely seen more attacking numbers in some of these other tactics, but overall, not bad at all. Goals per game, 2.13. Conceded 0.95, so that's up a little bit higher than usual. And if we look at Aston Villa, yeah, they're hovering right around Premier League average, if not a little bit low or a little bit higher in some categories. Goals per game, 1.45. Conceded 1.11. And then a 2.26 points per match for Liverpool in 2nd and Aston Villa in 8th with a 1.55. Premier League stats, most goals, Liverpool in 3rd with 81. No Aston Villa, though. Fewest shots against, Liverpool in 3rd with 267. Aston Villa in 7th, making the round this time with 365. Most possession, Liverpool with 55%, so pretty much bang on average. Best pass completion, 7th place Aston Villa with 88%. Liverpool not even in the list. Most shots for Liverpool in 1st with 582. And Aston Villa in 8th with 442. But now, how did Ipswich Town do in the championship? 2nd place. Pretty nice. Automatic promotion. No playoffs bound. That is pretty nice. 91 points, 96 goals. I say this time and time again. We've seen them higher, but It's still a fantastic job getting to that second place mark. You do have a very tough top 5 to 6. So there's a lot that you got to contend with. And you got second place, automatically promoted. Premier League next season. And it looks like you did pretty well in the domestic cups. Carabao Cup third round against Nottingham Forest 1-3, unfortunately. And you got to the semi-finals of the FA Cup, but 0-1 to Man City. 0-1, and that's it. So competition-wise, championship, fantastic job. Second place, automatic promotion. Great job there. Semi-finals against Manchester City, and you almost got it past them in the FA Cup. That is pretty nice right there. Knocked out, though, in the third round by Nottingham Forest. Carabao Cup, Ipswich Town squad, though, 26 goals for Connor Chaplin. Wes Burns with 16. Where is Hurst? Hurst, where are you? All the way down. He didn't even play. Wow, that is a doozy right there. 12 assists for Wes Burns is top. Leif Davis only has 11. Average rating 717 for Connor Chaplin. Interesting. Championship stats. Most goals, Ipswich tied for third with 96. Fewest shots against in first with 293, so their back line was really good. Most possession, 6th place for Ipswich Town, 54%. And then most shots for in second with 639. Now the tactic itself. You start out with a sweeper keeper in attack, wing back on the left in attack, and a wing back in support on the right, ball playing defenders in the central spots, a halfback in defend above them, and then on the midfield line, a deep line playmaker in support next to a Mazzala in attack, inverted winger in support on the left, and an inside forward in attack on the right, and a false 9 up front in support. Attacking mentality, in possession, attacking with his fairly wide, approach plays pass into space, play out of defense, passing directness is standard, tempo is higher, mixed crosses and hit early crosses, in transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly, distribute to the center backs, and take short kicks. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, and prevent your goalkeeper distribution. But now, how did these three teams do with this tactic? Ipswich Town, Liverpool doing fantastic jobs, getting in second place each. Very well done. Now, here's the thing. Aston Villa did do well. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. But you do have a tactic that is meant for a specific team of Liverpool and a specific set of players with the 2019-2020 team with, Firmino up top and things like that. So there's a lot of players that might not fit this. And what FM likes to do is, if you have a player like Salah, who is a fantastic player, he may not get a lot of game time because he may not be proficient as a false 9. But most people would still play him up top anyway, get him more proficient throughout the season. But FM doesn't do that very well, as from what I can tell at least. So you have a lot of teams. Ipswich Town didn't play Hurst at all. Interesting. Very interesting to take a look at. Leif Davis didn't have a fully successful season. He was okay, but definitely not near the peak Leif Davis that we've seen him time and time again. So with all of that, be mindful of these players and coming in and doing the jobs that they're supposed to do, but teaching them how to fit the roles that you're giving them. And I think they could do a fantastic job. Even Ipswich Town in second place is a fantastic mark, but I think you still could do a little bit better. At Liverpool, again, second place, pretty nice. You could have gotten those 3 points maybe if you played certain players more, or it just switched things up a little bit. Nunez doesn't get a lot of game time here. I didn't really show it, but Nunez got 8 matches, 30 off the bench, still got 13 goals. He may not suit that, that squad and that tactic, at least in that positioning. But you switch him over, get him into that false 9, or, try some other tweaks. I think you could get a real banger on your hands. Aston Villa in 8th. That's the problem. Definitely needs to have a lot more massaging going on with that one and that squad that they've got. But overall, I think it's definitely one to take a look at. It just didn't seem to fully work 100% here. It worked pretty nicely, though, for some. But that's it for me, 7FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.